and attempted to assassinate 2 key informants. Which, are we bringing this up as well in the trial, what information they were providing?
Information
Or is
will
this
be provided
specifically...
later in the statement.
Copy.
Anakin abuses his force abilities, put him on trial.
And the Special Operations Brigade assaulted Jedi and attempted to assassinate 2 key informants, and then proceeded to run away actively from the Republic until finally bringing themselves in.
Objection overruled.
That is it for my opening statement. I think that is the gist of it.
Very well. We will now move on to the defense's opening statement. I hereby call lawyer.
Hi.
Is Tech okay?
I don't say.
No evidence will be shown until we go into the witnesses and all sorts. This is just to briefly tell the events.
I'm gonna kill this mo-
Terrible!
I must say that evidence is not to be given during an opening statement until we call upon witnesses. I'll give this a warning, Lawyer Tech. With that, since we do have a primary witness in this case, court will call upon Alpha Master Ramkota to give his account of the events in which the prosecution questions afterwards. So therefore, I call Ramkota in front over here, in front of the stand, to give his account of...
Okay. Should I be here, or you? Alright.
No,
So! Yeah. So, there I was. I had just received a report that apparently 2 bounty hunters had broken in Temple.
Objection,
Then-
hearsay.
Can you shut the fuck up? Holy shit.
Overruled. With one count of, oh, never mind.
Now, there I was. I had just received word that 2 bounty hunters had broken in. However, these communications turned out to be, well, more misleading. Apparently, they were refugees seeking asylum, for they had, well, whistleblower of information that they could have given us. This is quite crucial to us, so decided to elect them to grant them their asylum they seeked. However, soon afterwards, the SOBDE arrived on Tython, without informing us, and began to demand that they see the prisoners. Since the information given had intel vital to the Republic's, well, freedom of corruption, we took them in and elected to form a compromise where the SOBD could help us guard them. They soon all left soon afterwards, after Republic Commando Fixer claimed for all of us to leave the room, that there was a Sith, then claimed schizophrenia soon afterwards. However, around 2 minutes
Please
afterwards...
charge Fixer for one count of attempt of court. Attempt of court, I mean. Continue, please.
However, it turns out they had reported in that there was another deciding over comms and yelled at us all to get out of the break, and we obliged. However, I did not believe such folly, so I waited by the door in case they were going to try something like stealing back our prisoners or threatening them. However, did something far worse. I heard gunfire. By the time I got in, they had already executed one prisoner. Luckily, his wounds were non-lethal. They all were apparently bad shots or something. And before they could kill the next prisoner, I cut down one of them in attempted self-defense, as I found one of my fellow Jedi on the floor unconscious. Before I could stop the rest of them, they had gunned down the last prisoner and ran. I attempted to track them down and organize this with the representative parties. However, they refused all comms. And later, I tracked them down, thanks to help, to the planet of Umbara. There, they refused to take these court summons and attempted to, well, hide out. And so, eventually the Chancellor had to step in with his foresight and bring them here by himself. And thus, we are here.
Very well. I will now hand over to the prosecution to ask his questions on this witness. Prosecution. The prosecution has refused to ask any questions. Oh no, here we are. He is now
Sorry,
here.
I'm here. Could you tell me exactly what you saw when you entered the temple's brig, after seeing the unconscious Jedi on the floor? What else did you see in the room?
After I ran in, I saw every single SOBDE member currently in court opening fire on the prisoners. The only one who wasn't was Tech, who was standing there and not really doing anything. I think he was asleep. I had to cut one down as they attempted to turn their blasters on me. And when I cut that one down, they all ran out of the door.
Your
When I
objection?
turned to find the prisoners, they were all dead.
Interesting. Very interesting.
No further questions?
They objected for hearsay.
Fuck, my cat just... That bastard!
Did you cat throw up, Snod?
Imagine if a
I
cat.
heard the fucking cat throw up in the
Operation Cat
background. I heard it. I heard it.
Oh no!
The
prosecution order,
has no
order
further
in the court.
questions at this time.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Order. We will. If anyone keeps interrupting, they will be charged with
Shit, he's a
one
senior
count
admin
of
too, I
contempt
forgot.
of court.
Here, here's your gavel.
While this man... Oh, my gavel, yes. Okay. Order in the court. Order in the court. We await the consciousness of the master to come back after his cat pissed on the floor.
I'm back.
All right, Your Honor,
Okay.
may I continue questioning?
Yes, of course.
Piss on my fucking couch.
Damn, got a housebreak that a cat.
Now, Master Kota, when you were tracking down members of SOBDE, did you end up engaging any of them, or did they engage you?
When I was on Umbara, no. We were quite civil about it. Whoever refused to heed the court summons, and so I left peacefully. One of the Jedi actually force-pushed me out of the room. Well, out of the general area. But I would chalk that up to just a rash fit of emotion, which is all right.
And so would you say, you just said, can I confirm that they refused summons?
Yes. They
Russ now
refused the
cat
summons,
pissed on his
so I
fucking
returned,
couch.
and I'm assuming the Chancellor ordered them back.
Okay. Do you have any recordings of the brig room when it was, well, tainted by the special operations?
Quite so. We always keep cameras in the brig.
Could you push that forward under evidence?
Gladly. It has already been sent to you.
Your Honor, may I pull up evidence 0135?
You may.
Wonderful.
Lawyer Tech, you may show your own evidence that you ask your own questions.
Say that again, sorry, Your Honor.
You may continue, prosecutor.
Thank you. Now, as you see here in this recording, you can see a member of the Special Operations Brigade walk up behind Jedi and knock him out with his bare hands. Proceedingly after that, they opened up the jail cells in the recording, pretending it's doing stuff. Oh.
Give me a second.
It's.
Oh, you got it.
I'll narrate it as the recording. We need more than one. We need turn.
Give me a fucking second!
Objection, relevance?
Shut the fuck up.
Sustained.
The relevance is my ass.
I don't remember.
Snatch of no helmet.
So as you can see in the recording, the SOBD walks up to the Jedi and
Objection,
knocks him out.
evidence was sustained?
No, I thought that was something else.
Why are you the judge if you don't know what sustained means?
No, I thought it was something else.
Now, following this recording, can you say this is exactly what you saw after you entered the room, the Jedi on the floor in that position?
Yes. It was like the pose of that family... Well, what was the show again? I don't remember, but it was similar to the pose of that fat guy from the famous cartoon show that I watched on the holodeck. Quite similar, if you honestly look at it. Anyway, but that's irrelevant.
That's all questions I have for prosecution, Your Honor.
Okay, and in that evidence, that guy got Will Smith. I mean, Chris walked, whatever. We'll move on to the defense's cross-examination.
All right. So, first question for you. You said that you were near the temple and that you received a report that 2 bounty hunters were seeking asylum.
Yes.
Which is strange, because when I go back into my comms, I see a report claiming they were bounty hunters in the temple, and that they wanted SOBDE to get involved. I very specifically remember that. That's very interesting.
Is it my turn to comment?
I'll give you a rebuttal.
Good, because comm messages don't tell you everything. Once we had met them in person, it turns out we had not been given the full story from our own Jedi, which prompted our actions. And that's why we made the compromise with SOBD that they could stand guard, as we did realize they had a part to play.
Okay. And can you tell me again who it was that offered them asylum originally?
Originally, I did.
Because I've got.
They
here-
had apparently, Oh, or were you talking?
Oh no,
I
I was
wanna
just going
interrupt.
to replay the comms message. of them stating they received it from Anakin Skywalker.
Well, then good on you, Anakin. I had not been informed so.
And then him saying that it was untrue.
Well,
Objection,
that may be the
hearsay.
case.
It would be hearsay if it wasn't a recording.
This evidence is not proven, nor was it offered as evidence at the beginning.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sustained.
It was. We submitted everything to our
Sustained.
lawyer
Move
today.
on.
Anyway, back to what you were saying. This may be true, however, in the end, it doesn't matter, because Knight Skywalker is just a knight. Therefore, our masters overruled him at the end of the day, once we learned the new information,
Right.
which prompted the decision.
And that is correct? Am I reading that right?
That was my theorizing. Personally, I don't know how they're still alive after taking so many blaster bolts to the chest. But I've seen miracles happen before. I'm gonna kill my cat. Actually, no, I'm gonna hug her.
which
Oh,
was it?
snap!
That's not relevant to the case about your cat, so...
Fact, sorry about that.
So I'm sorry, I'm just getting lost in your evidence here. It seems like a lot of personal opinion. Was it poor aim, or did they receive a lot of shots to the chest? Because on one hand,
Regardless,
you've
if it
got-
was poor aim or not, I continue to say that they did receive a lot of shots to the chest. You are continuing to spin my words.
Not spin, unravel. This is nonsense.
That is essentially the same thing. You are constantly and continually trying to undermine this court case by attempting to lie to the audience and attempt to spin my words so that it reflects the fact that you did have a part to play. Or at least your men. I cannot say for you. Anyway.
On the
Next
contrary,
question,
I'm
if you may.
painting the picture the way it should be painted. That's all I have for now. Let's move on to the next one.
Witness, you are dismissed for this time being. Can I please remind the prosecution and the defense to speed up these questions? First Sergeant Bananaberry, can you please give your account of the event on behalf of Rancor?
Okay, so Rancor all went to the Jedi Temple. I don't entirely remember why we went in the first place, but I tagged along. We ended up in the cells area. There was a bounty hunter, I think already in the jail cell, and then another one got escorted in shortly after. There was some questioning happening and some back and forth between everyone, and then someone ran in screaming there was a Sith. I didn't catch who it was. They were already out of the rooms when I turned around. When all of Rancor left to go chase after the supposed Sith, I stayed along just to protect the prisoners. And as that happened, SOBDE all kind of pulled out their weapons and went over to the cell controls, opened up the cell that had a bounty hunter in it, and started opening fire. They then went to go move on to the next one, but he managed to run out of the room before they could execute him.
Very well.
That's all I call of the main.
Very well. I call the prosecution for... Maida. Quick.
Now, First Sergeant, when you were watching the situation unfold, did you see them put the Jedi unconscious through use of physical violence?
Yeah, it looked like a Jedi got hit in the back of the head before they opened up the cell.
All right, that's the only question I have.
We now leave to the offences questioning.
Just one. When you witnessed the Jedi being hit in the back of the head, actually, sorry, two questions for you. Can you tell me which Jedi it was who was hit?
I don't know the Jedi's name. He was the race of that Jedi that asked me the first question, whatever race that is.
Okay. And did you have positive ID on the member of SOBDE who allegedly knocked out this Jedi?
I did not. Most of them were wearing white armor except for Fixer, so I didn't see who. They were all identical.
That's all from me.
Witness your this. We will now take a bounty hunter's perspective on this situation. I now call Claudius Dean to the stand. He will represent both Claudius Dean and Cletus. Claudius Dean, can you please say your accounts of this?
Where do I even start? Well, I'll start on Tython, where this is relevant. On Tython, me and my friend here were running away for, and moved into the Jedi Temple after Anakin Skywalker not having given us specific permission to enter the temple, but instead get hide on Tython from the thing the temple to try and construct a lightsaber given to us as a gift by Palpatine. After that, confronted by from the tassel on his Padawan, not sure anything, but after that he calms down. He talked to all of them. I can see here it was that man over there with the sky. The Jedi there, that is the prosecutioner and the original witness, or the first witness master. From there, after giving them the information they wanted, we were being escorted originally outside of temple until they intervened and brought us into the temple brig, sat us down there, and verified, or no, not before, sorry, they verified the integrity of the evidence we were bringing to them, afterwards putting us into that brig, and from there, the story is rather consistent with what everyone else has said, being that and number one, brandishing firearms at us, and then called for the fact that there was a Sith on the temple. One of them, I'm not sure which, because I didn't have a look, I only heard his voice, said that he is schizophrenic, so it could be wrong. And then after about 2 minutes of discourse, they all came back in, opened the doors to our cells. One exclaimed, I believe it was the one that was closest to me, exclaimed, "Oh shit, a Sith," and then they began opening fire on me, injuring both of us heavily, and thanks to our armor, not killing us. And that is how I am here standing at this court today.
Are you able to name any of the individuals?
Any of the individuals, from when they were talking, it was Gregor, and I believe, from the looks of him, that man over there, white-green, Fixer, and a bunch of regular art. Here, I believe, at the beginning of the strangely, their armor color was changed to a yellow at the beginning, before it truly started and was reined in. I'm unsure on their names.
Thank you. Please charge 1 count of contempt of court for this dog. Here for always yelling out. I will now lead to the prosecution's questioning.
Yeah, just a couple. So can...
Prosecution.
You go.
One count of contempt of court to pronto.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, may I pull up the evidence, Your Honor, that has been submitted at the beginning of this court for the helmet cam footage of one of these individuals from their cell as they watch the SOBDE.
Give me.
Someone act it out, please.
Okay, let me describe it real fast.
I got it.
Yeah, we got actors.
Yeah, I'll be in my cell. For my cell, I was on the far right, so I watched you get knocked out, and then the cells. So I watched you get knocked out by the person in front of me.
Now, what was the last thing that you saw in this helmet cam footage? Could you display, although it might be traumatic, of the SOBD walking up to you and shooting you?
The last thing I saw, while my cameras were rolling before I was knocked out. They had opened the cells. I heard them firing into the second one after saying, "Oh shit, a Sith." The same man who knocked out the Jedi pointed a weapon at me, began firing at him. I booked it into the lobby area with the desk, and after that was shot down. I'm not sure exactly how many of them were shooting, but my helmet cam should show. I'd count about, from the looks of it, 6er.
Okay. Then there's the footage right there. And so this footage is exactly what you saw beyond what your camera has recorded. Would you say so?
Yes.
And this is all tampered.
There was no tampering. I had no time to, and I was under your watch, in fact, up until my appearance at this trial.
There would have been no time for any tampering on this evidence, as I would have seen it as well. As well as
You're not the
multiple
witness
other
in this
Jedi.
case.
My apologies. That is the only question I have at this time for the witnesses.
Thank you.
Sound resumed.
Blood, you don't need to sneak and you can just
Okay,
walk over the line.
So, a couple. These two are allegedly the civilians that were attacked, right? Have we bothered to gather any information on, say, their names? Literally anything useful at all?
This is Claudius.
If not, then how can we confirm these are in fact the civilians from the temple?
You have
My
to
helmet cam shows the fact that I was there. If you would like, I even have the logs from my, I had to keep a wrist-mounted tracker. I have the logs from that can show me, or show you guys that I was in fact there at that time. This isn't Mandalorian armor. It's simply in the style. I'm sorry, that is what has been supplied by our guild. I have heavily modified it. Neither am I a Mandalorian. I'm simply one who wears a similar mark. There.
Fuck out of the shot, Fixer.
Go Rico. Okay, awesome. Well, I have a question for you. You said you had a positive identification on one Captain Gregor that was there in the room. With members of SOBDE looking so similar, I'm curious as to how you managed to get that ID. Just to confirm, could you point at which of these three men is Captain Gregor?
Objective
Just to make
leading.
sure that there's no mistakes.
I, in fact, can.
Objection,
You
leading.
cannot go forward. You cannot go forward.
Sorry.
1, 2, or 3.
From the looks of it... Oh, sorry. From the looks of it, it was... 3.
That is Captain Gregor.
Gume, a previous objection of leading was brought up that you've yet to resolve.
Is that...
Anyways, which one was it?
We'll sustain that for now. We'll sustain that.
Cool. Don't answer the question then.
I mean, I do in fact have the answer, and I know who it is. But
Sustain.
we will
But do
continue
not
on.
answer.
Yes, as always. Do you have any other questions for me, sir?
Okay, I have no other
That was-
questions.
I believe that's it. You may go back to... Cletus, get to the step. Alright, moving on. Let's lead to our next witness. I hereby call Captain Gregor to the stand. Down there.
Please remove that armor at once. It's literally stolen valor.
We will deal with that later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nah,
Please give
do I look
more
good?
Order of events, Captain Gregor.
You look fine faced.
This camera got the wrong angle. Do you want me to say the entire story?
If you wish to summarize it, you may.
No comments.
Prosecution.
Captain, were you in the presence on the occasion where the Jedi brig incident occurred? Were you there? Yes, sir.
No comment.
If you do not say anything, it is only going to make
Objection.
you look more suspicious.
Why are we
Clones don't
letting
have rights, and he
someone-
must answer the question.
Why are we letting someone from the fucking crowd
Sustained.
speak right now?
Objection,
Please charge
relevance.
Captain Greg. Please charge
Sustained.
1 count of contempt of court to Captain Gregor. Answer the question, Captain.
Sadly, the jurisdiction of what I am allowed or not allowed to give out is something that you are not. Is something that is not for the public to see, as this is a military tribunal. This is sadly above
Objection,
your
this is a
pay
military
grades.
tribunal.
Sustained.
Sir, you were in the audience. You were not allowed to speak.
With this, it seems that this court has had multiple jurisdictions of improper leadership and improper way of handling the courts. I do not recognize this as a proper court of law at the moment, nor do I recognize
Objection.
this as
This is a
an
proper
effective
court
way.
of law under the military.
We are currently in the debrief. We are currently sitting in a debrief now in the Republic base.
Captain Gregor, go back to your stand. Please charge
It will
another
be my
count of
honor.
contempt of court to Captain Gregor. Thank you. Till then, CG, if he makes any more outbursts, he is to be detained. Call on RC016 Goda to the stand. 0163. Primary suspect here.
Permission to step in for RC0163.
Permission granted.
What?
Go to the stand, Fixer.
Okay.
Could you please go to the count of the events?
Right. Let me paint the picture here. So basically, let's say this guy right here. Let's say that he is a bounty hunter, right? And let's say I'm Goda. Okay. I'm coming up behind him and I'm killing him because Goda killed
Objection,
him all.
hearsay.
Sir,
Sustained.
you are in the audience. This is no jurisdiction to speak. But you know, Goda killed them all. He's dead right now because we killed him due to his axe.
We do have evidence of Goda committing crime.
We do. It was Goda.
Okay, we'll move on to the prosecution's questions.
So, you claim to have witnessed Goda, well, doing that. But, could you... Where were you when Goda did this, if I may ask?
Repeat again?
No. Where were you when it come to, basically, how close of you were to the doors? Was Goda in front of you? Was he behind you? Was he to the left? Was he to the right?
Oh. You see, so, here's the idea. I was in the room next over, like there's a little table in the middle, and the next room had jail cells. Goda was in there, and I was letting everyone know, I was like, yo, there's a Sith out there, which there was. And the Sith was like, and he started killing people, and that was not good. But the RC known as 0163. Quiet down. This is not RC
One count
0163.
of a contempt of court to 16.
Objection,
'cause
strike
he's
the
dead.
witness from the records.
Objection!
He was
Kick him
him.
out of the
He-
fucking trial!
he just
Keep
said it.
speaking out of turn!
Objections are not working like that, Jedi. This is objection
What
to
idea,
strike
no.
him out of the court. He's currently lying about the situation that we have
Alpha
witnesses about.
78, please quiet down. It's not your
Goda's
turn to
here
speak.
now, so...
Back to my answer. I was in the room over, and Goda killed them all by himself.
I see.
Case closed.
So where's this Goda? Hello, Goda.
Goda,
I don't think you tech.
Right, hang on. Excuse me, Gordon is now back. He may now take over from Fixer. Goda, could you please give your account of the events again for the jury? I mean, the
I
audience.
smoked their ass. I did.
I see, Goda. See, those are rather big claims. I mean, when I entered, there was a lot of SOBD firing upon the prisoners.
Like my
In fact, you were in the far back. You weren't even up front. You want to know why you were in the far back? Because when you turned, when I ran into that room and opened fire upon me, you were the first person who got in the way, and thus you were injured. The rest of SOBD continued to fire on the prisoners. While you were down, that bounty
I'll do it
hunter
again
was
if I really want to. I'll really kill him. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now if I really want to.
Objection.
Don't do it.
If you think it's
Don't
a
do it.
Strike him from the court.
Stand down.
Client, please return.
Ankota, you are to return to the stand. Ankota will be given one contempt of court. RC1 will give him one contempt of court. We lead on to the defense's questions of RC0163.
Oh, I believe the prosecution is supposed to go first, no?
Sure.
He was asking this question. Oh, I thought he was asking.
Sorry, I'll be stepping in for my client since the recent events have left him more mesmerized. Goda, in the time of the event, where were you?
I was in the jail cell.
You were in the temple, correct?
Yeah.
Leading.
Thank you. Setting up a scene. Well, I mean, I'd like to wait for the judge to...
The SOBDE are leaving the courtroom. CG!
CG, you are.
CG,
to bring
you
them
shit!
back.
Sir, I don't feel comfortable continuing this without all members of the active... all active
Honorable
witnesses here.
Honorable Judge, sir.
Very
May I
well.
speak for?
No,
This is exact.
please go back to the stand. I will make my judgment on this, as they have clearly. Very well. It seems that SOBDE have ran away, and which has proven their guiltiness to this trial. If they wish to have been innocent, they would stay here. Therefore, of anyone that got a count of contempt of court, will be fined 5 gram squats for the time being. And RC 0163 Goda, you are the primary suspect, and what the evidence has shown in this is that you were taking part in this war crime. Therefore, you, unfortunately, will be sentenced to death by execution of a firing squad. For the victors of the RCs, Waterberger, Leach, Captain Gregor, Fixer, and Scorch. They are to be detained and imprisoned for further questioning. This includes you, Lead Fronto. You will be detained until the rest of the SOBDE are returning. I just RC 0163, you are sentenced to death by firing block as well. CG, please detain RC 0163.
That one. This one.
Excuse me, the defense hasn't even
Here's
called
me.
witnesses up.
And I believe
Unfortunately,
you should
SOBDE
just...
have put this in their own hands, and I had to give it.
Objection. We're still here. The defendant,
Well, the rest
nor
of them-
myself,
What?
nor the Jedi,
Well, the
nor
rest of
Tech
them, huh?
have left. 3 of them left.
Hey, you didn't
because
read
they
me
were
my
already called
rights.
up.
Sir, your client
You
isn't
have
here
rights.
for you to defend. In addition, your
He's
witnesses
right
are exited the courtroom.
RC
Survive that.
0163,
Seriously.
are you still here? Well, yeah, he is. He's just fucking AFK.
Oh, not anymore?
Senator.
The court is now dismissed. You'll be waiting
Oh
main
my
hangar bay
God.
for this execution.
Let's go.
Alright, I'll have it up on
Sick
YouTube
Jedi.
in a little bit, boys.
Hey,